Hi everyone, my name is Victor Chilasho. I'm finally a medical student at Moi University in Eldoret in Kenya. And today I have the honor of talking to you about climate change and its impact on health that we experience here in Kenya. Climate change adds to the complexity of and uncertainty of the health conditions that we face, and this burden is mostly felt by people who live in the global south. An example is here in Kenya, where the climate has been changing very rapidly over the last 5 years, and it's very evident such that everyone sees. So the people who are affected by climate change most of the time tends to be the vulnerable in our community. We're talking about pregnant women, children under the age of 5, as well as old people. Some of the effects of climate change that we're going to discuss include the direct impacts of climate change. This include effects from heat. So we have a lot of people facing heat stroke, and this further worsens some of the cardiopulmonary as well as respiratory diseases that are prevalent in these areas. Another thing that people face is when it comes to flooding. So you may find that after a flooding episode, so many people lose their lives. Some are carried away by waters, and there's also loss of damage. There's loss and damage to property as well. Some of the indirect impacts of climate change include those that are impacted through the environment. So a lot of people in these areas are mostly depend on agriculture, not only for economic reasons, but also for sustenance, as they're subsistent farmers. So one of the effects of climate change that we've noticed here is there's a lot of famine, and especially in children under the age of 5 years, there's undernutrition and malnutrition as well due to poor crop yields, as well as death of livestock. Other indirect effects include socioeconomic effects, and this has really been linked to displacement as well as mental health issues. So from this, we can derive that the people who are affected mostly by climate change are people who have got nothing to do with it. So you have people who live in the global south. Most of the time, those people don't own vehicles, they don't take flights, but they're disproportionately affected. And even in Kenya here, a country that also echoes inequalities, people who live in socioeconomic standards or even in the rural areas are most impacted by this. So what should you do? How do we turn this around? So one brilliant idea that you have is to want to protect vulnerable people and listen, give them platform, listen to what they have to say. So in terms of protecting them, we can have a clean water supply to them. We can also promote sanitation as well as farming that takes into account the effects of climate change. That is climate smart farming. Additionally, we should platform these people. We should listen to their voices, give more time that we interact with them, listen to the experience, and also, if possible, try to engage them in deriving solutions to some of these issues. Additionally, we call upon governments and also investors to divest away from fossil fuels, which have been linked directly to climate change, and adopt greener and smarter ways of coming up with energy as well as consumption. So this is just some of the effects, and by no means is meant to capture everything, but I believe that perhaps the most important thing we can do is to remain hopeful, to keep on doing what we do as climate activists, as people who are interested in promoting global justice as well as social equity. Thank you.